And without further ado, I would like to welcome Elvira, representative from Afire. A round of applause. Sorry. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I heard that there's a lot of diversity between startups, so let's start with cybersecurity. And I'm Elvira Zaltan, and I am from Afire, as you can see. And what we do at Afire, we help manage service providers to manage and take control of their client SaaS ecosystems. So the problem is quite real, and probably we've all seen it. In companies, when employees are signing up for different tools like ChatGPT, Canva, they're free tools, and they start to upload sensitive confidential information on those tools, then they start sharing passwords with their colleagues. And when they leave the company, then you suddenly realize if there's a breach, you didn't even know that there's such a tool. Now you're suddenly paying for some licenses that you didn't know they were there. And the employee might still have access to those tools, although they have left the company still. And imagine now you're an IT service provider that has such companies 50 to 100. It's already quite hard to manage these SaaS applications in one company. Now imagine you have 50 to 100 clients that you have to manage, and each of them has 100 employees. And each of them are signing up for tools, and you have no idea to which ones. So this is the reality for MSPs, and they have no real way to actually monitor their client SaaS ecosystems. They monitor their devices currently, but when it comes to browser, they have no idea and no visibility. And we have validated that with MSPs, both in US, both also locally. And all of them have said that they are in desperate need of such a single pane of glass tool to actually oversee and protect their client SaaS ecosystems. And especially because regulations like NIS2, for example, in EU are coming up, and now they have to see it. And if there's nothing to see it, they cannot do it. So this is where Afire comes in. And we have built a SaaS discovery and monitoring tool, which helps MSPs to have multi-tenancy overview, and we help them to take this control back. And we are building this tool for MSPs and together with MSPs for their needs so they can serve all of their clients at once. And how we do it is they use remote monitoring and management systems to manage their client devices. And through those, we are deploying our browser extension to all of their client employees' computers. And our extension, what it does, it starts to monitor the employees' browser activity. It starts to discover all the shadow SaaS that they are using. It starts to monitor also how the employees are using, who is using it. And the MSP, in turn, they can secure their environments. They can securely monitor it. They can also optimize the costs. And eventually, what is also a big bonus for MSPs, it's not only about securing the client environments, it's also about providing new service offerings. This is a new service, and also generating more revenue for them. And the market is quite huge. Currently, you're looking at a market of $329 billion for managed service providers. It's actually quite a few fast-growing market, and it's one of the fastest growing currently in US. And in 5 to 7 years, we can see that we can grow to 121 million ARR if we get to 3% of the market share in general globally. So that would be around 4,500 MSPs. And our main market is US, and this is also where we are working mainly with MSPs. You see only one signed agreement, which is a very new news actually for us. We have signed our first agreement, but we are in the process to sign 2 more agreements with MSPs. We have 16 signed up as early adopters ready to test our product, which is approximately 500,000 ARR. And we have more than 130 MSPs subscribed to the newsletter. If we would put a value to it, it would be around 3 million of ARR, but we are constantly communicating with them, and most of them are from US. We are pricing our MSPs from $1 to $1.50 per managed user, and for a larger MSP, it would be around $2,500 per month, which is the monthly recurring revenue. And why US? It is actually a market that has most maturity for MSPs. They have very tight-knit communities. We are working with peer groups, and we are targeting them to actually reach them. And we are a team of 3 co-founders, and each of us have experience previously in startups. We have experience also working in corporations. Some of us have gone through Silicon Valley accelerator programs, so we know what startups are. And if we're talking about accelerator programs, we actually just came back in February from Silicon Valley because we were the last 15 for 500 Global in Silicon Valley admitted. So we were recognized as one of the top from 10,000 applicants, and we are in close contact and gain a lot of value from that. So what are we doing now? We are actually raising pre-seed in 1.2 million euros. For what? For expansion in US, because currently we have an MVP that is running on MSP employee computers, but we would want to expand on their clients' computers. But for that, we need a bit more polishing on the product. So developers, we need some certification to actually do that. And, of course, going to US, going to conferences, talking to them and getting them on board. So if you're interested in helping us, we would love to talk to you. And yeah, this is our mission, to basically secure client environments and help MSPs to generate more revenue. Thank you.
We have time for questions. Who will be the first one? I already have maybe if I can. Oh, yes, Nikita.
Lovely presentation, thank you. Can you explain more what you mean money for? Exactly what you mean polishing?
Polishing. Well, that is the thing. We currently have a running product that we are deploying on these MSP, like internal teams. Yeah, design partners. We are signing the agreements with them, and currently we are deploying on their employees. But if we want to actually go to their clients, we need some certification. We need some fine-tuning for the product to actually make it sellable, so the MSPs actually can sell it to their clients and deploy.
Am I correct? So this is the money that you're raising, 1.2
Yeah.
million euros. So your valuation is?
It is
Pre-money, post-money. Yeah, currently that would be around 6.6.
6.6. Yeah. So. Yeah.
And you have one signed deal.
Yes.
Yes.
What would be the key hires with the funds? As I understand, you're going to the U.S. market. Are you looking to hire like senior sales representatives in the country, or how does it look like?
No, for now it's founder-led sales. We're not focusing on that, but it's development team, it's support, it's DevOps, it's anything related to the product. So the focus is currently on the product, but as for sales, the bottleneck is there. For sales, we are doing very well, actually. It's just that we need to deliver more faster for those that are waiting.
Yes.
We are currently in talks with strategic investors who are actually in the market and are actually somewhat we see that our potential investors will most likely be our clients. That is a huge indicator at the moment. So there are at least 3 companies that expressed willingness to jointly do this round. And we are here basically to ask if someone is interested in looking at us in that sense as well. And for the sales activities, that includes, we want to utilize the network of the potential investors. So we won't hire specifically salespeople. We might actually look maybe for some advisors from the space. But what's interesting is that the MSP community is very tight and, community driven. So there might be that one MSP is part of larger roll-up, which means that they are part of a group of 300 MSPs. That is in fact some of our investors that currently look at us. And if you get one MSP, you might actually be talking with 300 MSPs at once.
So, for example, one of our currently design partners that we're in the process of signing the agreement and deployment, they are a part of a group of 400 MSPs, which is called this super MSP, basically. And if we get into one, we get into others as well.
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation.
Yeah.
The idea itself is not new, correct?
Well,
What I'm saying is, I recently talked to my friend, and they do pretty much similar thing. They do monitor the employees' computers in terms of if they're working in the other jurisdictions, which are not allowed under the corporate rules. They're looking it through the websites. If they're visiting something out of the corporate allowed websites. So, and how your competitors' landscape look like? Because the idea is already there. I'm not an expert in your field, but I've heard that similar stuff already exists. And how's the competition on this area look like?
It's very interesting about competition because you would really have to be in the space to kind of understand the distinction. A lot of times people confuse these things, like for example with SaaS management tools for internal teams, some similar tools like desk time, for example, for efficiency. But when it comes to MSPs, this distinguish is, first of all, we are very for this specific industry. One of the things is, for example, this deployment also through RMM in their tool stack. They are using like PSA tools, they are using RMM tools, they have specific needs for the industry that they can serve clients, and that's why when we are talking to MSPs, they're saying there's no tool. Currently, what they have is some tools that are monitoring only within, for example, Microsoft ecosystem, the products, or for Google ecosystem, the products. But when it comes to the browser and then SaaS applications, there's nothing for MSPs. In general, in the market, there might be some similar variations of something, but not really anything that they could use to monitor all of their clients in multi-tenancy and the things that they would need to serve their clients as MSPs. So it's like there are some nuances for that, and probably you want to comment something.
Maybe rephrase it in short. There are products that are made for large corporations and are mostly integration-based. They are not meant to preventively find security loopholes, which is actually our core value proposition. We are not monitoring for managing pricing or anything. We are monitoring for finding the security holes, which means shadow SaaS, which is unauthorized accesses to ChatGPTs and these kind of things. Finding unauthorized uploads or downloads, like people when they're leaving companies in this part of the month, they might be accessing FileML and downloading HubSpot database. So this is basically what Apple does.
That's exactly what we did in my previous company,
Yeah.
10 years ago. Because that's one of the problems. Because in 2 years, in 2 weeks notice before the employee leaves, he started downloading property information. So we did it.
Yeah.
Maybe with a different tool, but it was part of the monitoring of the specific.
And what we are doing here is this, that IT service providers, like MS managed service providers, basically, their core task is to do it across multiple companies at once. And for them, there is no tool that would allow them to do it. There are several tools that does multi-tenancy, which is like Microsoft environment management tools or Google environment management tools, but there is nothing about shadow IT and shadow SaaS discovery. And we are basically growing, and what is there is that all these data then is correlated into AI that would allow them to kind of, find different correlations between the data, like if there are 10 users using same credentials, if there is like, one company that is, for example, like always signing up for new random tools or downloading PNG images from random websites. This is all a security potential threat, and there are regulations coming in, so we want to adjust that part as well. So I already mentioned NIS2 in Europe, but in the United States it's CMMC, HIPAA, all these regulations that make basically frameworks how to secure company environments.
And just to like kind of add to it, if there's like an enterprise tool, for example, like probably it was in your case that in the IT department has implemented that tool, but for an MSP with 100 clients, they have no tool to have these 100 clients under one roof. That's one of the things. And the pricing for those tools is usually not very friendly for them. So like they are using the tools that are based on managing per user, which they do also for remote monitoring management, so like they monitor devices, and they also need this for SaaS management because they're like priced differently, so they can't use those tools that are only for internal teams and specifically for enterprises, because then they would have to buy for each client separate tool, but they need something to have like this umbrella view and manage them in one place. So it's yes, and that's why they cannot use anything, and they're like, we have no tools, and so we're trying to provide them that. Yeah.
Okay, we're unfortunately out of time, but thank you again. All this. Next up, I would like to welcome Robert, representing Magnetomi Hangouts.
So, good afternoon all. My name is Robert, and before I start, I would like to share 2 quick stories about how Magnetomi was made. So, 3 of our founders have their own startups. They build great products, but they lack the scalability. So they realized that scalability is as important as the product itself. And second, one of our founders' friend, let's say Maria, she just broken up with her boyfriend. She was really depressed and sad. So she went on a trip with her friends together. And on the trip, she met two men. And you may guess now, this year, Maria will marry one of these men. This kind of showed us that by going out with your friend, the people you trust, makes you up and open up to other people more natural and easier. So our problem is that these days, dating feels like interviews. Based on our research, 80 to 90% of people feel disappointed after their first date. And 80% have pre-date and anxiety before they go out. So that's where the Magnet Sunday comes in. We basically have created an app where you invite a friend, pick a time slot, pay a small fee, and we're gonna match your duo with another duo at the bar or a venue. At the same time, we provide ice-breaking questions games to kind of make this conversation more fluently and have no awkwardness at the time. And also, there's no pressure of exchanging contacts. If you didn't like that duo, simply just leave, and at least you had a great time with your friend. So here you can see our interface of the app, the current version, and our unique distribution model. We call it tree of users. So it's really important for us to gain our user zero, we call it. And how we do it? Basically, we get it from paid meta ads. And by this user zero, we create our first branch, which is basically he invites a friend, and from there on, our tree grows. And we believe that this is really a scalable solution as we can replicate it in other countries and cities. And for us, we can have a high customer acquisition cost because of the user zero metric. So here's our plan. We plan to go, our first market is London. And here you can see our plan for the first 12 weeks. Moving on, these are our expected results when we have fine-tuned our distribution model up to the 12 weeks. And these are our projected numbers for year 2026 when we have fine-tuned our distribution model in London, and we plan to expand in other cities and countries as well. So, as all startups, we have our risks as well. So one of our risks is that our users may not understand our platform at first. Second one is that the users may have bad experience when they go out on the Hangouts. And thirdly, that our competitors may scale faster than we are able. So our competition. I presume some of you in this office have used an app on this left corner with the red flame in it. And based on our statistics, you probably were disappointed after the date. But that's where the Magnet Sunday comes in. As you go out with your friend, and also the people I match, they have shared interest as well. So at least you have spent great time with your friend. And we call this swiping in real life. So here you can see our current stage, what process we have done in our first 6 to 8 months. Here's our team. We consist of experienced business owners and also people that have expertise in startup environment. And our ask, we're asking for $75,000 at 2.5 post-money valuation. We're going to give out 3% of equity, and also we have a $150K commitment loan, and up to that also call option for the future investors. So from my side, that's it. I would love to answer your questions, and thank you for your attention.
Yes, questions from the audience.
Here is the team
Yeah.
in real life. Only one of 5 co-founders outside the LatBAN at the moment, and that's only 4 co-founders here. We are ready to answer your questions.
Actually, I had the first question. How do you see, let's say, what's your, defense strategy against copycats? Let's say, when you enter the market of London, you get the exposure, or how do you see, let's say, the copycat field?
As Robert presented, that's the third risk, that we may fail if copycats will copy exact these mechanics of distribution, will move faster on the certain markets or in London or start to penetrate in New York. or Boston, let's say, before us. So that is the biggest risk. We believe that velocity is our mode because it cannot be other modes. It's not patentable. It's not possible to have another advantage rather than to move faster and improve our product, this product based on our insights. And that's we need from day one. Now we treat it as a commercial secret. Of course, if we open this commercial secret here and there is a recording, it will not be the commercial secret anymore, but this user tree and distribution strategy, when we acquire based on paid marketing 10, 20, 100 root users each week, and this tree starts from each of them. So it means that we started to incept hundreds of user trees weekly. Since that moment, 10 or 100 hungry men in London will touch this experience and they will think about to do something similar. But when we will be right and we will fine-tune our distribution model based on 75K, that will take several weeks, maybe 12 weeks, maybe we will fail with such fine-tuning. We need this commitment of 150K that as soon as we started to escalate our users' trees, we need to be the first on the market, at least to have the initial penetration in London that will at least provide us the very good starting position. Without that commitment, 150K, we cannot expose this model into the London market because it will allow others to copy us quicker.
Other questions from the audience? Yes?
Yeah, so as I understand, the way you differentiate from Tinder and Bumble and whatever else is out there is that this is for double dates, right? So you need to go with a friend, is that right?
Yeah, can you show the second slide, please, with the model? This is, yeah. So it is double date, but it's not dating, it's a hidden dating. This is the hangout, because dating, our target market are introverts. White collar introverts.
Yeah, but what if I'm an introvert and I don't have a single friend to take on a...
That's why this service is not for you. You are not from a target audience. We tested the market. We have 3 attempts. Yeah,
Okay.
and usually you have or friend or this guy for the second hangout because he is root user. He has the experience with his only friend. This guy is the only friend of
Okay.
him. This guy. So this
And
is
that
the
guy has
female.
another friend,
This is
then.
the female, yeah, because based on our terms and conditions, we cannot go into 2 sequential hangouts with the same person. You should. This is your colleague, and if it's female colleague, it means that you will go with the female colleague. That it's not your partner.
Okay, so that's where
And-
the 3 comes from.
Yeah, and then you have the also symmetric. It means 2 females and 2 male, and this guy goes with his colleague as well, or his female friend. It can be colleague. And because in London, where we studied, there are a lot, if you are introvert, you have only 2, 3 close friends from the student terms, but you have a lot of colleagues that you can engage to go to the hangout, and this colleague, if she will be satisfied by the first hangout result,
Wouldn't
She
that
can
be,
go-
sorry to interrupt, but wouldn't that be a little bit weird if I as a man go to my female colleague and say, hey, do you want to go on a double date with me?
that's not double date. It's not a dating app.
I'm just thinking, oh,
Okay,
sorry.
we started, this is the 3rd version. The 2nd version was for bars, socializing bars after work. What is London life?
Like going to a pub.
Several times. Same people go from the offices, Canary Wharf City, Liverpool Street, to the same bars, botanists and others, with the same colleagues, same places, same faces. This is same places but different faces. You just rotate people and no obligations. You speak about Reform UK. You speak about what's going on with the sub-Saharan guys who came to the UK by boat. You discuss it based on these sliders. You can discuss different sport events, whatever, and nothing else. This is the people discover in real life. You just swipe them in real life. You should go to the hangout without expectation that you will find some potential sexual partner. It may be just football fan. You go just 2 weeks per week, 2 times per week, or each week, 5 times, 10 times, etc. So, and that's why we don't have the photos on the.
How did you come up with this idea?
That's a long story behind it, so you can. The slide previous, it's the third iteration, but it came on observation that in London bars, first we targeted with the first version guys who go with the colleagues after work several days per week to the same places. And when we started to interact and speak with them, so just first it was curiosity, with whom you came here, because we also sometimes visited bars, yes? But then we discovered that they go with the same faces, and we asked you, okay, so are you okay with that? And they told us, okay, so we would like to rotate them, but we cannot rotate them, so we cannot engage other people easily. That's why we invented first this service, then that was without, so it was more complicated, let's say, yes? And the problem with our second version, where we have these 300 waiting list guys, and our advertising campaign in Meta was very effective. So we had the very, let's say, cheap client acquisition cost in waiting list. But when we started to communicate the service with them to send the emails to this waiting list, we took only 10% of this. We touched 10 or 20% as experiment of this waiting list. And they didn't understand the idea. No one finished the onboarding flow because it was the very complicated to communicate the idea and the value with the target audience. And we saw this problem, and that's why we reflected, we made some improvements, and now we had third version to test. So,
we're out of time, unfortunately. We're really running out. I will ask you to take those questions in the networking break. Thanks. But again, round of applause. Okay, the third startup, we will get to it, is represented by Elvis, representing Synapse. Round of applause as well.
So, well, that was complicated. Dating usually is really pretty challenging, but there are fields as medicine, and I'm representing medicine deep technologies. So my name is Elvis Gulbis, and as you see, the project and currently also a company name is Synapse, and it's artificial intelligence ischemic stroke diagnostic assistant tool. When it comes to medicine, it's pretty complicated, so I will try to run as much as easy as possible. So the scariest thing in question of stroke, is that 1 of 4 people also in this audience will face stroke in one or other way. That's
encouraging.
That's very encouraging for investment. So maybe we will be those who might save you. So the problem actually is really, really huge because it affects more than 1.1 million inhabitants in Europe. So it's a lot of people and huge business in medical field. Most of the case of stroke is ischemic stroke. There are also hemorrhagic strokes. There are huge competition with diagnostical tools, but in ischemic stroke there are only 5 all over the world that really can work, but are not better than Synapse at this point. Another big problem is not technology. We are very advanced, and more or less in all Europe countries and USA, accessibility of CT is good, great quality equipment. But doctors are the most challenging problem because there are no good or bad doctors in general, but they are exhausted, overloaded, time stressed, and they make mistakes or actually of lack of the experience in some cases for younger generation doctors, residents, they mislead the diagnostics. So this number and the previous number, 80%, is post-studying clinical university. Their doctor, radiologist, honest valuation of their expertise, how accurate they are. Overall, in general, in other Latvian hospitals, we talk about 60% when it comes to regions. And from surveys in Europe, it's even worse, 40 to 88. If you would guess the synapse accuracy in all cases what we have done in practical life, can you guess how much? How precise is artificial intelligence product in real life? 94. 94, and we can increase. We can increase, but then start the technological things. So all of this, if we mislead our diagnostics, leads to lost patients, lost relatives, and also globally in the medical field, lost money for all involved sides, as from government, hospitals, and potential income for taxes, and so on and so on. So also, for me as a doctor as well, it's very important to escape from early deaths. That is in our mind what we all the time try. But that happens. Either we are very sick or either we are dead. That's the stroke. That's the reality. So there is a clear need of solution, and the solution goes together directly with artificial intelligence. What artificial intelligence brings is precision, timing, and accuracy. And these are the three key things. If these are or don't have artificial tool, then we don't have to talk about this tool. So no one will need any kind of artificial tool that can do in longer time than doctor, in less precision as doctor, or whatever. Then these tools will not be used. And that happens in most of the cases with new startups globally in medical field. So the solution started in 2021 with our doctors, invasive radiologists from Post-Reading Clinical University Hospital. And some of you know the company Apply, that is one of the leading artificial intelligence developers in multiple type of fields, Zagnis Jakubovic. We achieved 200,000 K investment, also for our personal investment. And we understood and proved that Synapse can be as real product used in real life. So what happened? In 2023, we added extra 200,000 euro investment in total. Actually, if I would recalculate now, it will be even closer to 500,000 investment into Synapse. Synapse currently is independent company. All intellectual property, everything is into Synapse, and here are three main owners, and the only owners for Synapse at this point. So what we can do, we are able to diagnose ischemic acute stroke. That is the main thing. We found out that we can really increase the speed of the diagnostics. If we talk about speed of doctors, it's 20 minutes to come up with diagnosis, roughly. For some, it's even longer time. For us, it's 25 seconds. We are competing actually that we can do faster than we can, hospital can send to us deacon file. So we are even faster. So if hospital will increase their capabilities of system, we can reduce to 3 to 2 seconds, and that's only a technological question. So and this is very important, we can mark other pathologies that are counted currently as abnormalities. So if something is wrong or not like stroke, but it's not like a normal human brain, it shows. So what we are doing currently as well, we are developing other diagnoses. So Synapse at this point started as an idea for stroke diagnostics, but now I'm implementing new diagnosis, and I'm looking for investment as well for that part. What makes different and from other competitors is this last part, plug in existing workflow. When I worked in hospital, I did not use many great tools in reason of that. Remember passbar, timing, interface, I don't use it so often, now I have to open. I forget it about it. So that's the real life from doctor perspective. Our plugin currently is used in Paul Struding Clinical University Hospital daily. Now we are implementing in Rakus, that is the second largest hospital in Latvia. We are implementing in LatBAN and in Valmiers Hospital. In end of this year, mainly all 9 stroke units will use in Latvia Synapse. So about the future, it's not the limitation what we have achieved currently. From AIC, I'm trying to receive at this point money for a very niche product, fractures and cracks in the skull. So it's the emergency medicine for any type of hospitals. It's without any limitations. So it's very complicated for us to detect and to find the small parts, to see, visualize, and it requires huge expertise from radiologists. So that's a niche what I'm like pushing all of my teammates. We need to get money for that. So another diagnosis that we can simply figure out, we make a research, we test competitors, we find how good or bad they are, can we make better? No, we can make better, then it's not for us. If we can make better, yes, then it's for us. So core team, as I mentioned, are really experts in the field. So as from medical part, as from IT part, I'm a kind of weird combination of everything. I have done medical startups, marketing startups in my past as well. But that's not the point today. Currently, we are a team of 11 skilled experts. Basically, team is not required huge, even in future. But what we plan expand our team definitely, and more expansion will be not for the IT, but for the sales people. Are there any challenges? Yes, to receive money. I have to apologize, but I misled one of the main slides. So what I'm looking for currently is 350,000 investment in company. So where it will be spent? It will be spent in commercialization questions and in CE certification. That is what is really required. And another 100 to 150,000 loan, interest loan for operational processes on this part. So I tried to be as short to get into 4 minutes or 3 as it was told.
Roughly 8.
Yes, sorry. So,
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
How do you make scanning? What tool do you use, and where is the artificial intelligence?
So, this is...
Let me finish, yeah?
Okay.
Artificial intelligence component in your solution.
Okay, so firstly, we receive decon file from computer tomography. It comes to us, to our servers anonymized. We don't see anything about the patient information. We don't see, and we can't rebuild the face. That is a very important rule. We receive the data in the decon file, basically. We analyze it in our servers, and we send it back. At this point, it can be sent back wherever you want, to one hospital, to different hospitals, to different systems. Like example, in Latvia, we have monopoly with DataMed. We send also data to DataMed everywhere where it's allowed from user and so on. So that's how the system in general works. And our artificial intelligence part is different from our competitor because they take mass load data from huge university hospitals, hundreds of thousand cases, and they simply push up the information and randomly take out and try to catch out some mistakes. And mainly lean on themselves on that what artificial intelligence has learned. In our case, we do harder way, and we have finished this way. We teach. We exactly tell what is there inside. We do not allow to learn firstly and mainly the artificial intelligence itself. So we get higher quality, higher accuracy, and less fake results or misleading results. So that's different type of technology that's used in medicine. Correct.
And you said your service is 21 seconds, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Comparing to 20 minutes.
That does doctor. For me as a doctor to go 58 or 68 slides through takes time, takes experience, and I mislead myself. Because the stroke can be only in exact sections, but you can miss if it's like small, new, or very, very acute in that moment. So
why the doctor cannot evaluate that data which comes from this?
They are evaluating this data, but the question is about the speed. The neurosurgeons and everyone, if it comes 20 minutes in one part, and the next 20, you lose your capabilities to be back on the street, fit and so. That's the main part.
All right, I know that there were more questions, but unfortunately we're really over time right now. So a round of applause and thank you again.
Thank you.
And last but not least for today, we have Ruslans representing Buzz.
So hello everybody, so my colleague Vitaly is going to help you to guide you through our presentation, in the end of which we're going to have a small demo video of our product and also prepare a small bonus for everybody here. So Vitaly, your floor, just please present.
Thank you, thank you. So hello everyone, my name is Vitaly. I am a CMO of the Buzz project. So let's imagine the situation. You arrived in a new city, solo or with a group of people, and you're hungry and you don't know where to go. And here is the Buzz. You just open and say, find for me the Italian restaurant with a good wine cart, with a good view on the river, and opened right now. And just in seconds, Buzz will find you the best place where to go. And here's the problem. Oh, sorry. So here's the problem. People really struggle to find the best place which match their needs. And exactly when you're going with different teams or different group of people, it's very hard. So venues spend huge budgets to attract new guests. And this is a real problem for restaurants, for different venues. And at the moment, different venues, they are losing their e-commerce growth. So because they don't know how to expand, how to get more revenue. And so why we know this is a problem? So first of all, we know how it works. We run our own restaurants, so we know the hustle. And the second one, we conducted a user survey with more than 900 people, and here you can see the problems which they face. Okay. And so here's our solution. So we are building an ecosystem that simplifies life for everyone. So it's an ultimate solution for finding and running venues. So first of all, we are creating an AI venue search. So it's much easier and it's much easier to find the place solo or with friends. So, and here's also the social connection aspect. So where you can find different places, you can see the stories of these venues, you can react with different emojis, and you can also connect with different people. So like you can make new friends. So monetization part. So you can earn by promoting, engage to get bonuses, and users can get paid, and venues can get paid. And also we help venues to get noticed to attract more guests. So here is our competitors. So yes, they are different, but they also miss something. So, and here is a good chance to take over and create a social and monetization ecosystem. And yes, we know about ChatGPT, so we don't try to compete with it. So instead, we will make work with us. So here, right now, we are working on B2C and B2B solutions. So it will, how will look like the user app. and the business portal for venue owners where they can upload different photos, they can change the menu, they can see statistics and so on. So it's like a management tool for venues. So here you can see the visualization of our user app. So it's basically you can see the stories of different venues, so different social insights, the full description of the venue and the venue search on its own. So here is our group search. So you can create a group and start searching the best place where to go. So the description and the social environment. Yeah. So yeah, I already told about the business portal. So, and the main thing that we are creating the loyalty program. So you as a user can promote our app and we will give you the revenue share of each subscription. And as a venue owner, if you'll promote our application, we will pay you subscription of, or we will pay you the revenue share of each subscription as well. So, and the next part, which we are working on, so this will be a marketplace for venue owners. And not only for venue owners, but also for local producers as well. So here is our business model. So it's a B2C subscriptions for users. So they have an exclusive access to events, different discounts, exactly with the venues which partner with us. So B2B subscription for venues. So we give them promotional tools, access to management, and different new revenue opportunities. Marketplace fees and additional revenue stream comes from special promotions and in-app advertisement. So the market is huge. So at the moment, we plan to launch in Riga as our test environment, and after that, launch in London. So here you can see the market size of food service. So at the moment, we are creating our user app. After that, we are launching our business portal, marketplace, and different management tools for venues. So everyone who will use Buzz, so happy venue owners, happy users, and happy investors. So here is our team. So everyone have their diverse skills. So everything is set. So we're ready to go. So and at the moment we are Founders Bridge and we are raising $150,000. And yes, thank you for your attention. And please, any questions?
Thank you. We have time for 2 or 3 questions, yes?
Thanks for the presentation. What will be your edge against big food delivery marketplaces? Uber Eats, DoorDash are all launching these kind of dine-out discovery platforms. They have the users, they have the restaurants, they have the tech, the data about who likes what. How are you going to beat them?
Yeah, can you come again? Sorry, just missed the first part.
Yeah, what will be your edge against the big food delivery marketplaces that are all going into the space?
Basically the ecosystem, right? Because we have some points, or like not the points, but the main points for the human species as well. Basically, it's to save the money or earn the money. And this is what we're giving to them, right? It's a social platform where you can actually save money with us, with our subscription, and get some bonuses, and also to get paid. And this is how we're getting into the market, basically, to compete with the other players that doesn't have this system, let's say like that.
Okay. Okay. Just a quick follow-up, sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Which bits they don't have that you have?
Yeah, exactly like the monetization for the venues and for the users. This is exactly the point. Because, for example, like as you said, like delivery services or some others, they're actually taking a lot of money from the hospitality service, like 30% for delivering their food, right? And we give a tool that actually going to attract more traffic to the venues and also help them to even earn some out of it. And also for the users as well. It's not only to actually, to spend the money, it's also a possibility to earn money as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Other questions about the project? I have a question about the customer acquisition. It highly depends the success of the project on your customer acquisition. How do you see that?
Yeah, the customer acquisition is going to be First, it's why we're based in Latvia, because we're running our own restaurants, our own venues. So we have some network that we're already utilizing just to promote our services. This is one part, and another one is actually coming from the monetization, something similar that Amazon affiliate marketing did. So you're taking a product and you basically promoting it with your own kind of style and with your own power. And the same, it's here, right? So we're basically giving them an affiliate tool that they can use, they can promote and attract more people. This is our main kind of acquisition strategy.
Okay, understood. We have time for one more question.
And also just quickly,
Yeah.
there is supposed to be a video as well. I'm just wondering how we can, if something we can just put it on and maybe then run the questions as well. So here you can see, it's a little bit speed up, but just to give a sense of how the internal design is looking like for the B2C, right? So basically for the users. You will not see here any from the business owner view, but this is how it's going to be. So you log in, you have your preferences, you can type in what you want. So it's basically going to give you hyper-personalized and quick data that you want, like not the data, but results. If there is anything existing, but your preferences is going to give you the quickest match and explain it. This is how the venues is looking inside, so you can have a quick glance of what is that. Also, there was like emojis and everything, so this has come from socialization moment where you can actually show what's going on in the restaurant right now. There is stories, so you can feel what is actual right now inside there. So right, imagine something like from Instagram, right, with their stories, with their reels and everything, but based on the place, so you know exactly what's going on right now over there, how crowded is that, or how fun is there.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but thank you again very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's it for today. Thank you all for your patience and for being here today. And this is a quick announcement about our next event. It's on the 18th of September. We'll have Andris Gailis joining us. You probably have seen there's a very weird cement type of building being built somewhere near Rumbula. He's going to talk about the data center importance in our region. Plus, we'll have a really nice dinner in the Riga Old Town. So you're welcome to join us for the 18th of September. Thank you and have a nice rest of the evening.